Testing.
I am recording.
1, 2, 3. Testing the sound machine.
Zach, I love you.
You honor me. You honor me. You honor me.
What you trying to get into a day soon? What you trying to do? Joelle, you look very cute. You look like a memoji of yourself.
You know who you look like?
What I look like?
What?
You look like Velma from Scooby-Doo.
I'll take it. Lesbian icon. Love me some Velma.
Lesbian icon Velma.
Yes, absolutely.
Joelle, you should make your memoji have this fit on with these glasses.
All right, I'm gonna work on tweaking it.
Because you know that
all you gotta do is say Jinkies.
I made a memoji of Donald, and I often use it in text conversations.
It's not nice. It's not nice for
Yeah,
some
it
reason.
looks exacly like you.
The hairline is like back here.
Well, let me show you guys and see if you agree that it's good.
Let's see.
He gave me the George Jefferson.
How do I show you my memojis?
You just drop it in the group chat.
I got notes.
You have
hold
notes?
on a second before you get.
No, but I was watching that show.
Hold on.
Holy shit! I got notes.
You need to hold it together.
You need to hold it together and stop talking about them damn emojis and let's get into this Kate Blanchett show.
Did you guys watch it, by the way?
Disclaimer.
I don't know what
haven't
you're talking
seen it
about.
yet.
Disclaimer. Why haven't you watched it, Joel? You're our producer.
I'm so sorry. So much TV you have to watch for work.
But
I just haven't get to
you're
disclaimer.
spending too much time with Zoe Deschanel on the other show.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Listen.
Well, can I ask a question right off the bat?
Always ask a question.
Wu-Tang
Zach.
forever.
For
Wu-Tang
fuck's sake,
forever.
stop talking about your willies.
Donald, why is this basketball trade such a big deal? I don't know anything about it, but
Okay,
it's
this is how
everywhere.
you got to look
I
at
need
it.
Which
you to
one?
This is
break
how
it
you got to
down.
look at it. This
The
is how
one
you
that
got to look
everyone's
at it.
all upset about.
LeBron,
ahead.
AD for Luka or Luka Doncic for AD is like if the Dallas Mavericks traded, for all of those who have no idea what we're talking about, the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis and some other picks.
And some other stuff.
Right.
Our first round draft.
That
pick
is
in
the equivalent
2029.
that is the equivalent of Destiny's Child trading Beyonce to TLC for Chili.
Don't make no sense.
I saw that online.
It's a good one though.
Don't act like you made that up. I saw
good
that
one,
online.
though.
All right,
I didn't make it up, but that's what it's like. That is exactly what it's like.
So why did they do it? To someone who knows nothing about basketball?
I have no idea. All I know is Dallas has lost their fucking mind.
Daniel, what are your thoughts? You're a basketball follower.
I think Donald knows more than I do at this point, but I agree that I think Cubes left. Mark Cuban stopped, being a part of that organization. And,
he didn't leave. He just gave away some
board.
Yeah,
exactly. He's not making the decisions anymore. But in 2020, he was like, I would sooner divorce my wife than trade Luka Doncic. So
yo, I don't understand. I don't understand what their GM or their vice president of basketball operations was thinking. He traded a 25-year-old future of the literally Luka, Wembanyama
team.
Yeah, Luka, Wembanyama.
Held a
who are the
ceremonial
other?
burial for him outside of the stadium the following day. They're so distressed.
Dude.
But wait, there must be a secret reason. There must be something they know.
There's a bunch of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, what are the conspiracies?
Some say Luka's an alcoholic. Some say they're trying to get a casino going in Dallas, and the people aren't down with that, and so they're trying to show these people that we'll do whatever we can to get this casino thing going. There's a bunch of conspiracies.
Okay.
What I personally believe, I believe that this dude's a moron. No disrespect, my friend. I don't know you.
Who's a moron? The trader guy?
The dude who traded Luka Doncic either he doesn't know basketball or he doesn't.
He would probably know basketball.
Not necessarily. Some people make moves all on feeling and stuff like that. They were claiming that Luka was out of shape and stuff, and they had to pay him something like $320 million in the next couple of years, and they didn't want to have to do that shit.
All right, my next basketball question for those of us who don't follow basketball is, what is going on with LeBron's son? He is in the NBA and not doing that well? Is that what's happening?
He's just not ready yet. That's all. I think Bronny James is going to be a really good basketball player. He's showing flashes of it.
Joelle is doing what's called shade in her window.
Well, I
We
think
had this
I think
conversation
he's-
before, and I remember somebody
did.
saying, of course he's going to be the greatest. He's LeBron James' son. He'll be excellent.
I said that.
And
I still believe
You
that.
did.
I believe that he will be a very good player. Right now, he's learning the ropes. I think he got into the league a little too early.
He got in early because his dad wanted to play with him. Is that the vibe?
That might be part of it. I mean, nepotism does play a big part
Might
in
be
this.
part of it.
Donald,
Yeah, it does play.
I think that's
you are
all
so
of it.
kind. That is
Right.
the kindest.
Donald does.
But I believe,
most times.
I believe that this kid in a couple of years will be very good, and everybody will be swallowing their words. He's already showing
Eating crow.
Yeah, eating crow, as I say.
We'll see.
He's already showing flashes of brilliance in the G League, which is a good sign because usually, you know, if you can't make it in the G League, you're not going to make it in the NBA.
What's
And
the
he started-
G League?
It's like the minor leagues for the NBA.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know the NBA had minor leagues.
If you have NBA
Like,
League
that's what he
Pass, you
should
can
have done.
watch those games. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Who goes to the G League game?
Quite a
People
few
go?
people.
The
He
local
actually
people.
sells out the G League. He actually sells out when he plays in the G League. People want
Can
to see
he
this kid.
drain threes? I know all the lingo.
He can drain threes. He can dunk. He's a good passer. He doesn't turn the ball over that much in the G League. In the NBA, it's a little different. They're all a little bit, you know, everybody's great in the NBA. Not everybody's great in the G
Does he
League. They're all
travel?
good. I mean, everybody travels in the
Everybody
NBA now.
travels, right?
in the
Yeah.
NBA now.
So
for
the
sure.
refs don't really. Sorry, this is one more. I don't know the NBA that well question. It seems to me, from what I understand of traveling, everybody's kind of traveling.
Yes.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
don't call it. They just don't call it. It's like jaywalking.
Yeah, you know, it's exact. That's exactly what it's like. And if the game's on the line and you call a travel, I am shocked because everybody does it throughout the game now, where they lift their first step before they even dribble the ball.
I
or
feel like
they-
I'd be pretty good in the NBA if I was allowed to just run around without dribbling.
No, you'd get your shit. You'd be destroyed. They destroy
No,
you.
I bet you I could score if I got on the court with the
Not
Lakers
even.
and they
Not
said
even.
you
Not
don't have
even.
to dribble.
Not even. I don't think you'd score in the G League, bro.
I would score in the G League if I didn't
I don't
have to
think you'd
dribble.
score in the G League. I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think you'd score in a high school game.
Wow,
Oh,
so much
wow.
High school game.
Yo, I went and saw.
Zach would drain a three of his own.
No,
I
I
could
went
drain
and
some
saw.
threes, Donald.
I went and saw Notre Dame versus Sierra Canyon at the Intuit Dome. These are high school teams, and boy, oh boy, are they fast! I thought, look, it's picked up quite a bit. The pace has picked up quite a bit in high school basketball, and kids are way more skilled now than they were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's pretty impressive.
All right. Well, I just feel like, you know how they have those contests in intermission where you can win cars and stuff? I feel like if I had one of those contests and my rule was you can't dribble. No, sorry. You don't have to dribble. Just fucking like football it in there. I feel like I could score some goals.
Football it into
I
the
believe it.
basketball hoop. Just,
Yeah, I mean, I would hold the ball like this and I would just, like, they'd be trying to foul me and everything. And I would just run up there.
And then
And I
when you
would
put
fucking do
the
the
minute
Jordan
the minute the ball got like this, that shit would get smacked out of the sky.
No, because I would already be in the air flying like Jordan.
That shit,
like,
right. And as you're jumping up, you would notice that they're jumping up too, but they're jumping way higher than you
no,
ever
because I would have
imagined.
trampoline shoes.
Okay, well then there's that.
Did I not mention I'm
Crucial
wearing
trampoline
trampoline?
shoes.
You
Did
didn't
I not
the
mention I'm wearing
shoes.
trampoline shoes?
You did not mention
Well,
that.
I am. Well, I am. I sound like Richard Kind. Well, I am.
Well, I am then.
If we do a Scrubs reboot, we have to bring back Richard Kind
Absolutely.
because no one makes me laugh harder. How about when we had him on the show and he goes, "They'll call. You'll
They'll
see."
call. Oh, they'll call.
Oh, they'll call. I'm going to see you today, Donald. We have a little rehearsal for a secret
We have
project.
some work to be done.
Are you going to wear that beard for the secret project?
No, I got to shave and everything.
When are you getting a shape up? That's what you
I
call it,
believe
right?
tomorrow
Is it called a
in the
shape up?
morning. It's called a haircut, actually. I need a straight up haircut.
Oh, okay. The barber comes over to your house, right?
He's gonna come to set.
Okay, and he shaves your beard and your head.
Beard, shave, and a haircut, 2 bits.
Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this barber sometimes has come to your home.
That has happened too. You FaceTimed me yesterday with a barber at your home.
Well, mine's guy's not a barber.
My guy's not a barber either. He's
What
a
do you call
groomer.
him?
Well, I just feel like with my hair, I don't think of him as a barber. I think of him as like a hairstylist.
That's what mine is too.
I don't know. I guess it's just tomato.
Actually,
We
thought
called
guys
Donald
all
my-
had barbers.
My hairstylist and I were singing this song and we didn't know the lyrics. And he said, I guarantee you Donald knows the lyrics. And we FaceTimed Donald and he knew the entire verse.
What was the song?
Yeah, what was it?
These motherfuckers hit me up and was like, yo, do you know the lyrics to La Di Da Di? We like to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. We're just some men that's on the mic. And when we rock on the mic, we rock the mic, right? To all. He fucking hit me up and asked me that. He said, what comes after here? Don't cry, dry
That's
your
what part I didn't
eyes.
know. We were sitting
Here
there
comes
going,
your mother with these 2 little guys. I was
Yeah.
like,
don't cry, dry your eye. And here comes your mother with these 2 little guys.
her mean mother stepped up, said to me, hi, hit Sally in the face and decked her in the eye, punched her in the belly and stepped on her feet, slammed the child on the hard concrete. And then I proceeded to do the rest of the verse.
Yeah, he did the whole song. So
Amazing.
we were able to say, thank you, Donald. You did know the song. It's Slick Rick, which I didn't know that it was Slick Rick.
Yes.
I also
it was
didn't know
versatile.
Slick Rick was English,
Oh yeah.
You didn't know that Slick Rick what?
was British English.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. He still had the swagger. I mean, this is the dude that made a lot of gold. Like, he was like fur coat, gold chains. Swagger came really from Slick Rick. Like, everybody else was kind of, suited, Adidas suited out or sweatsuit with jeans and baseball cap. Slick Rick came with the patch on his eye and the really funky Kango and the Kango.
Really? He sort of changed the vibe.
Yeah, like the pimp style came from Slick Rick.
Do you feel bad for Drake at all that the whole world is singing a diss track about him?
That shit's, listen.
When they
No,
cut to the
I
Grammys
don't.
and
I don't.
everyone in the
I don't.
fucking place was dancing
He asked for it,
and
man. He
everyone
wanted to
singing
battle.
what?
He asked for it. He wanted to
stepped into the
battle.
ring.
He wanted to battle.
He
and this is
started
what
it?
happens.
Mhm.
Dog.
Hey, no.
Well,
Yeah.
did he start it?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the
Yeah.
day, he started it. A long time ago.
Oh.
He started, but
Oh,
it was
at the
a petty accidental start, is my understanding. Well, there's 2. The start of this one is he said there's a big 3, and Kendrick was like, "Did you just say
No,
you're my
that's
equivalent?"
that's way. That's
That's
Right,
not
after.
exactly.
He
You
didn't
talking
say
about
that.
previously with
He
the
didn't
record
say
labels
that.
and stuff?
Yeah,
Way
before, the earlier.
Way
Okay.
before. Way before. I mean, he took, I'm not going to lie, he took Kendrick and J. Cole out on stage with him. He gave them a lot of shine. And, somewhere along the way, Kendrick got, felt a certain way about what was going on or something
Caught in
he
his
said.
feelings.
And he dissed him way back when he said something like, no new friends, we don't need that, or some shit like that in that song. And Kendrick took that personal. And,
just feel
J.
like,
Cole's the one that said, it's like the big 3. You know what I mean? J. Cole's the one that said that.
Okay.
J. Cole backed up out of the battle.
J. Cole
And
said, "I
was like,
definitely
"You
don't
two
need the
go
smoke."
at it.
He backed out quick.
He
I
was
don't
like,
know
you
the
two
label.
can
I take
go
it all
at
back.
this
I'm
if you
sorry.
want, but I don't want any of this. And they went back and forth for a bit. And, a lot of people are saying it's hate on Drake. And look, I know what I like. And I like some of the Drake diss tracks, but nothing's better than They Not Like Us. That's one of the dopest diss tracks I've ever heard in my life. In my life. It goes,
Well, I just
They
feel
Not
like
Like
when
Us, Ether, and Back to Back. Drake's Back to Back is one of the best diss tracks I've ever heard also. You know what I mean? I don't hate Drake. I just feel like he lost this battle.
I just feel
And
like even though the guy's a zillionaire and everything, and he's he has everything he wants in life, I just feel the whole world singing a diss track about him. I'd feel bad.
Well, he had the same
That's how
thing
it
happen with a bunch of people. People were singing The Takeover back in the day when Jay-Z dropped that. People were singing Ether when Nas dropped that. People were singing back to back when that was dropped. Yo, there's so many people that have battled in the past. This one just got to a level that nobody ever thought a battle track would ever get to. That's
but
all.
they were at the Grammys and they like every single artist. Like Taylor
Nigga,
Swift
the whole fucking Grammy said A minor.
I know. And they're all dancing, like even like the old, like from old record execs to like
all
Taylor
of them.
Swift with a champagne glass, and everyone's like A minor.
Yeah.
It does have to feel like whiplash to be like a very large number of people were like, Drake is the greatest rapper of all time, and there is praise at every which way. And now difficult for him to go out without people creating a meme. Like it's got to be a twist.
He performed in Australia, I saw on the interwebs, and he came out and he had like a bullet-ridden hoodie on. It had like bullet holes in it, and then somehow with some rig, he had smoke coming out of the holes, and that was
a little
like
dramatic.
His statement that he's been being shot up.
Okay.
I mean, look, the same thing that he did to everybody else is now being done to him, and he can't be mad at it.
So what you're saying is it's karma, chameleon.
Yeah. In a lot of ways it is.
18 months
you know what I mean?
and go on vacation with your millions and then come back with a great dance track and we'll move on. It'll be fine.
It's not like he can't rap. Right. It's not like he's not nice with it. You know what I mean?
Just get back in the studio and make another album.
Yeah, why don't you take your like 747 private jet somewhere nice and go write some songs?
Sounds like
that's what he should do.
Turn off Instagram.
It's just, but the problem is that Kendrick is just merciless right now.
He's about to do the halftime show.
Dude, the whole record that came out, pretty much the whole record that came out is diss tracks.
It's so
on
fucked up.
Drake.
Everybody.
If you made an album of
everyone.
diss tracks about me and the whole world was singing them, I'd be so sad.
Zach, you don't know how bad it is. He's playing in Toronto on Father's Day.
That's
He's playing in Toronto, Drake City on Father's Day. I was like, the man, it doesn't stop.
That is so
That's fucked up.
Mean.
He got a song. He got a song where every lyric in the song is from a song that Drake copied. So it's a full fucking song with the title of every song that Drake has ever copied.
All right, let me ask you a question. And don't get all worked up. Because I don't know this music that well. So this is coming from, I'm sure there's other people in the audience who can agree. When he does the Super Bowl halftime show, are people going to recognize a lot of songs? Because
he has a couple of them. He has quite a few of them that are actually. Well, I mean, you got to be honest. He doesn't have a catalog like Rihanna. He doesn't have a catalog
when Rihanna
like
plays. We know every fucking hit. I don't know his music that well. Will John Q. Citizen, like me, who doesn't know rap that well, know his big hits?
He's got a couple of them that everybody that were bangers, like Be Humble. He's got They Not Like Us. He's got a couple of songs he's got like 3 songs with SZA that everybody knows, from the Black Panther soundtrack to the one that's out right now. Is SZA
performing with him?
Yes.
I'm sure she is.
She is.
She definitely is. They announced it with
SZA.
Gatorade. She's great. And she's going on tour with him. Can't wait to see her.
I like SZA.
Great.
Well, they're from the same camp.
Yes.
They went to camp together, theater camp?
They did. They went to theater camp together.
That's
Did
exactly
they go to
what
Stage Door
did.
Manor together?
I'm not sure if it was Stage Door Manor. I think it was
younger than me.
I think it was the camp of Hard Knocks.
I didn't see him at Stage Door.
This dude is so fucked up. He wore a jean suit.
Right.
They call it a Canadian tux.
Oh, do you think that was a diss? Because Drake
Yes.
is Canadian? Oh
Yes.
my
Too intentional
God.
for it not to be.
He's diabolical like that, dude. He's diabolical like that.
I saw on the interwebs that someone said this is how diabolical he is. He pretended, and granted, this is just people talking shit on the internet, that he pretended to drop his ring and had to find it after he won the award, so that it slowed down him getting to the stage enough so that the song would hit A minor by the time he spoke.
Diabolical.
It did feel
he
timed.
took off his ring and pretended to drop it? That's crazy.
Timing was
Drake
amazing.
dropped a diss track. 6 minutes and 16 seconds later, fucking Kendrick drops one called 616 or some shit like that, if I'm correct. Dude, I could be wrong about that, but this dude is like, everything that he said in these songs, Drake is now doing. In Euphoria, he said some shit, and Drake's doing all of that stuff. Now,
I just watched an episode of The Office where Jim and Dwight challenge each other to a snowball fight. And Dwight takes, I don't know if you've ever seen this episode, but Dwight takes it so seriously that everywhere he goes, fucking Krasinski's just getting pummeled by snowballs. Like, it's not even funny anymore. He's got like a bloody nose. He gets a present. He opens it. Dwight's rigged like a fucking catapult from the present to hit him in the face and he starts like having panic attacks because no matter where he goes, he's going to get fucking pegged by a snowball. And it's like, dude, fucking mercy. I give up. You've beaten me to a pulp. Stop throwing these snowballs.
In this scenario, Kendrick is
Kendrick and Drake.
In this scenario, Kendrick is Dwight.
Yes, Kendrick is Dwighting, snowballing him. Gosh, I'm having so much fun watching that show.
What's up,
is our guest here?
Yes.
That's what I was just going to say. Our guest is here.
Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Stories about a show we made about a bunch of docs and nurses and a janitor who loved to hate. I said, here's the stories that you all should know. So gather round to hear our Scrubs Rewatch show with Zach and Donald.
Layla, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. I've been big upping your show on this podcast because I think as appreciated as it must have been, I think it's one of the greatest shows of last year. And I'm like your publicist on this podcast. So thank you for coming on.
That is so nice. Thank you so much. I'm honored. I really am. I feel quite out of place and not quite sure what I'm doing here, but I'm very excited to be. I've been fans of you guys, I think, since I was
Don't do it.
Don't
you do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
we already feel
fucking do it.
Oh, I hesitated.
You got close.
Yeah.
I noticed that. Born in 1992. I graduated high school in 92.
Yes. You don't have to tell her that, Donald. You look
all right.
25 yourself.
I'll take it.
How did this come about? It's so amazing. And I read because Joelle Monique, our amazing producer, and she gives us like recon about you. We get recon.
Okay.
And I read that Alfonso Cuarón didn't even ask you to audition. Is that true?
Yeah. The whole thing was really just a fluke. It was a last minute change of plan that another actress was going to play this part. Mm-hmm. And they were trying to find someone whose face would quite easily, with visual effects, be able to have Cate Blanchett's face put on top of them. And they also wanted to be an actress so that it was an actor being able to do the scenes with Louis Partridge, who plays opposite me in the show. And so they wanted it to be an actor, and my name, I guess, was thrown in the ring. I'm not really sure how. I've heard a few different stories. I heard that someone saw pictures of, like, paparazzi pictures of me in a red bikini on a beach, and were like, "Oh, she should do it."
There's the scene right there.
Yeah, but that's crazy because you had to obviously look like young Cate Blanchett, but it's a very fucking hard part. And
it wasn't going to be
cast someone
me.
because they looked.
It wasn't going to be my face.
They were going to digitally put Cate on your.
Yes, they were just going to use your body, and that's it.
Yes, and they only wanted an actor, I think, to be able to work through the scene and mimic her as bad. And I don't know. And so when I accepted the job, it was really just to get experience working with Alfonso and on a set like that. It wasn't going to be me, and it wasn't until it was one of those, like, Alfonso Cuarón wants to talk to you tomorrow about this movie. There's no
I
script.
never
but
get
here-
calls like that, Donald.
Yeah.
I never get
Nah,
enough.
you know-
Alfonso Cuarón
I-
wants to talk to you. Call.
I'm still waiting for Dave Filoni to call me and say these things. You know what I
She
mean?
doesn't know who Dave Filoni is. Why don't
Or-
you say
or-
a name she might know? George
Okay,
Lucas or Steven
What about
Spielberg.
Feige? What about Feige?
Yes,
Feige.
yes.
She probably
I'm
knows
waiting for
Feige,
him.
yeah.
I'm waiting for
Yeah,
him.
she's
Yeah.
waiting for the Feige call as well.
Everybody's waiting for the Feige call.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to say I was just so. Alfonso Cuarón called me and he said, "No, that's that one day that'll happen to me."
He called me and I hadn't had a script, and I get so nervous with these director meetings because I never know how to prepare. I'm not good at selling myself. You know, I'll probably suggest someone else for the job. And so I read the book overnight and spoke to him the next day, and he was very upset that I'd read the book because he wanted me to hear the story from his script first. But he basically told me the whole story and then said, "Would you like to play this part?" To which I just immediately responded yes. And he said, "Okay, well, we need you to come here in 3 days, and we start shooting in 10 days. And I went there based on the knowledge that it would never be my face. And it wasn't
My
until
God, I never knew that.
I landed that he sat down opposite with me for the first time, and he was like, how would you feel about the first 4 episodes, it's you, and then in the last 2, we do the face replacement?" And I was like, great. I think the idea was, and I don't want to give away.
Yeah, we have to be careful
any
about
much,
spoilers,
Yeah.
but the show
but
has
the
a really.
idea was that there's one side of this character where we see her and it would be me, and then there's another interpretation of her that we would see, and it would be Kate's face. And
I think we can
it-
say without spoilers that the show, just as a broad stroke, the stories of the past are told from different perspectives. We can say
Yeah.
that, right?
yeah, for sure. So there-
That's the one thing that caught me in the first episode. I was like, all right, I'm having trouble right now. What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
And then, because at first I was like, well, who's Kate? Is Kate the girl that went home because the aunt died? What's going on? I don't get it. And then when they show you at the beach with the boy,
Yeah.
and he's taking pictures, I was like, okay, now I got it.
That's what I
Now-
love about the show.
Now I'm in.
That's what I really like about the show. I love a show that has the balls to unfold slowly.
Mhm.
I like a show where you're obviously by the end of the pilot, you have to like connect some dots for people, or they're going to be like, "Fuck it, I don't get this." But I love a show that makes you go, "Wait, what's that? I don't know yet. I don't have all the answers." And then they start giving you some clues, and you go, "Oh, I love that." And when a producer, director, writer do that to me, and they respect my intelligence and like unfold something slowly.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
at first I thought Kevin Kline and Kate were the two in the beginning on the train. That's what I thought at
Right,
first. I was like,
right.
okay.
That
I
would have
don't-
been an
this seems like-
interesting.
Well, not only that, it
I'd watch that.
was like this doesn't seem. It didn't seem. It
Donald
seemed just like a
Faison
little.
presents disclaimer.
Yeah. It seemed like I was like, wow, this doesn't seem too far back. I'm sitting there like he has a Walkman on. When did Walkmans come out? You know, and I'm trying to piece it together. And then when it hits and it unfolds and you realize, no, that's the dad. And this kid's gonna die somehow.
Well, so spoilers. Shut up.
That's not
So-
spoilers. That's the
I'm
gist
just
of the
being
show.
careful because I'm telling the whole audience to watch the show, and I want them to be like, Donald ruined that part.
I did not.
Did you get to? So, at what point in your shooting did Alfonso? Because as I remember, it was always you, right? He never ended up switching, right?
Well, it wasn't until a year later, the first time I saw the show in full, that he called me immediately, like, "Do you like it? Do you like it?" And I was like, "Yeah, but when are you doing the CGI? Because I don't think I
because
can
it was like you're
watch
going to
it.
take it away. Yeah.
I'm not sure I could watch it when that happens." And he's like, "Nah, we just decided not to do it." It's like, I just
Oh, that's
bawled,
fucking great.
just broke down, and I
Why did
love
you
that
break
man
down?
so much.
You were
I
happy.
was so
okay, I'm about
happy.
to
I
say.
was so happy.
Good. Because you
that
do such a
man-
great job on the show.
Oh, that's huge coming from you. Thank you so much. It was the best experience of my life. Like work experience.
Did you get to meet Kate? I mean, you don't really have scenes together, obviously. Did you get to like have any talk? I mean, I'm obsessed with her as well. I think she's one of the greatest there is. Did you get to have any discourse with her about saying even mannerisms or anything like that?
We had, the day I arrived was her last shoot day, and we had, for about an hour, we blocked through a couple of the most significant scenes. And that's where I first got to see kind of what she was doing and how she was standing and, mannerisms and etc. And then I got to see Apple. It was down to the wire. It was the first day of shooting and I still hadn't seen any footage, and I'd been asking for footage for a while. And someone knocked on my trailer with an iPad about 45 minutes before I was supposed to go on set with all the scenes, with like 5 scenes that she'd done. I was just like, this is amazing, but how do I like cram revision for this next, months that I'm going to be shooting this? And I thought, I can't record it on my phone because Apple will know. And so I put the iPad up and then put my phone on selfie mode, and I recorded myself mimicking what she was doing on the iPad to kind of have that in my possession.
Yeah, that's smart. Just have some little mannerisms, because they might be so subtle, no one's going to clock it. But I think that if I was directing something like that, I'd say, let's find just a couple little things, because I think we all hold on to those subtle little mannerisms in our lives.
Yeah.
Did Nicole Sullivan say that? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, and Donald, like for example, says that's what says he says you know what I'm saying, like every other sentence, and he's been doing that for 24 years. So if I was casting young Donald, I would make sure that he says you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Is it you know what I mean? Is it you know what I mean or what I'm saying?
I mean, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean.
Do you do like know what I'm saying? Do you like?
I'm born and raised in New York City.
Know what I'm saying?
Where you know what I'm saying came from, and I say that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I think it can be. It's a bit of an English thing too, to be like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? My boyfriend makes fun of me all the time, and I was like, no, do you know what I mean? He's like, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean,
now you are your father, for those you don't know, is the legendary thespian Vincent D'Onofrio.
He'll love that.
And he's a legend. Did you grow up in where did you grow up? Because you actually have an English accent, obviously, but where did you grow up?
Until about 8 or 9, it was between England and Australia.
Wait a second. Your dad's Vincent D'Onofrio?
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Well, you should have known that.
I need to do better research, bro.
Yeah, you didn't do your research.
By the way, I love that you didn't know it. I spend a lot of my life getting very excited when people find out later on, or like when I'm on a job and it takes them 2 months to figure it out. I think that's like my mission, so I love that. That's great.
Well, I knew it, and I think he's one of the greatest actors. So I was just curious, like
That's how you know who Feige is.
Yes.
Actually, you're gonna like another aspect. If I'm not mistaken, Donald, you're gonna like this aspect. Again, in my recon on you that Joelle gave me, you and your family do an annual Disney World or Land trip.
Annual is an understatement.
How many times a year do you go to Disneyland or World?
I've been known to go. I think I had a year recently where it was about 4 or 5 times, but that was that was either Disneyland or Disney World.
You're
that wasn't
Donald's language.
I got you.
You go? What?
Well, not anymore. Not as much as I used to. Now it's only once a year because that's what they allow. But back in the day when Scrubs was on television.
They? Oh.
He's talking about... Wait. First of all, I see. He's talking about getting the VIP guide.
Yes.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
Right.
So back in the day when I was doing Scrubs, when we were doing Scrubs, I was at Disneyland probably twice a month for the for the year. Like I was going so much. I remember at first they used to make me do certain things like I have to,
take pictures.
Not take pictures. I'd have to go and sit down with a bunch of people and they would interview me and we would talk shit about shows that I was on. It was like
really? When I've done it like that, you just have to take a picture with Minnie Mouse. Or
no,
Goofy.
that was bad. No, I'm talking about like before you go. You want to go to Disneyland? All right, do this press junket for me and I'll get you tickets. I bet. Wow. That's how it started.
Right.
Then it became they gave me the office's number because I used all of NBC's tickets, right? And so they're like, listen, we'll just give you the number to Disneyland. And I started calling the publicist at Disneyland, and I would call like every other week and be like, hey, what's up? And I lost this shit because this is how I lost it.
You abused it.
No, I bought my buddy.
You flew too close to the sun.
No, I did. I bought my buddy Kevin Jordan, and Kevin Jordan said to me, and I don't know if I've told this story before, but we get to Disneyland. He's like, look, no matter what, I gotta take a picture with Pluto. And I'm like, I can make that happen, bro. I can make that fucking happen for you.
Why Pluto?
I don't know. This is what he said.
He's one of the best. He's
like,
really? You like Pluto
I gotta
as well?
do it.
Like
you
Pluto.
gotta make this happen for me.
Okay.
And I was like, all right. I was like, what kind of Pluto do you want? Do you want Pluto dressed up in a costume or do you want Pluto, just Pluto the dog? And he's like, I just want Pluto the dog. You gotta get it. But this is my childhood dream.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, bet. So I go to the guide. Yo, listen. It's his childhood dream to take a picture with Pluto. Can we make this happen?
They probably had no one in the Pluto costume. They're like, Jim, you got to come in.
And they were like, so they're like, we'll see what we can do. Somewhere along the line, they make this shit happen and they surprise us. And out of nowhere, here comes Pluto the dog. And I'm like, holy shit, Kevin, look, it's Pluto. And he goes, oh my God, can we take this picture? And I'm like, let's take this picture, Kevin. So we get the cameras ready. The fucking park has the camera person there too, right?
Right. They want a picture of Donald, Faison, and Pluto.
I'm not in the picture with Pluto. It's Kevin and Pluto.
Well, they don't care about Kevin.
They're making this it's like a dream is a wish your heart makes. His wish is coming true.
Right.
He gets next to Pluto.
Oh no, what happens?
He picks Pluto up.
Oh, you can't pick Pluto up.
Oh no.
Why did you pick Pluto up?
No,
and we're all taking pictures. He's like, you ready? And we're taking pictures as he's doing this.
Pluto probably didn't like that.
Dude, the mask almost falls off. Pluto's holding on to the mask on his head like this. Yo, dude, at this point, I didn't know the park had security like that. Out of nowhere, these motherfuckers came out of nowhere scrambling on us.
Right.
I wasn't allowed back at Disneyland for over a year because of this shit.
Wow, you got banned.
Yeah, man.
Whoa. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Layla, don't pick up Pluto when you go.
But are you, this is where I'll have you beat. Are you a member
You're a member of the
Club
club, aren't
33?
you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
You're a member
That
of
shit
the
is so
secret
expensive.
club?
I want to. I had somebody come up to me and be like, Donald, if you want in, you can get in. But this is what it's going to cost you.
Layla, we've never had anyone who knew the inside. What happens? in there?
Oh my gosh, if I talk about it,
You're not allowed to talk about
what
it?
if they kick me out?
Oh, I don't want to get you kicked out.
I don't think it's a secret that there are at Disney World and at Disneyland, but you can only be a Club 33 member at one or the other. So we are Club 33 members at Disney World. And in each park, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, there is a little club restaurant that's very hidden. You wouldn't really notice it unless you knew that it was there because it's kind of a door that you maybe thought wasn't really a door or something like that. But there's a little symbol at the outside with a little Mickey face, and you put your membership card up against the door. You wait a few seconds for them to decide if they want to let you in or not. And then some kind of thing opens and you go up. And each one is themed different. Our favorite one is the Animal Kingdom one. And there's like a special snack and you can just get a bit drunk and like, it's pretty great.
Oh my God. Donald,
I hear the food is like top notch in the club
food.
too.
Yep, it's different food. They have like
They
a
make that
special
park
snack. You can bring up to 3 people, but you can kind of bring more.
I'm just saying this. It
Donald,
costs
why won't you
so
get this?
much. It costs money, dude.
Well, you have some money.
I do now. I didn't at the time.
Well, now I think you need
You
to
could
become a member
afford
so you
it.
can. Yeah, Donald.
Now I can.
You need to carpe your diem.
And it comes with tickets to
Days.
the park.
It comes with tickets and also the VIP days, like a certain allotment of them. And you also get like, oh God, I'm such a nerd about it. So when they're opening new rides, sometimes they only open them for members for like 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, you can be the first people that get to ride the rides.
Oh my goodness.
I
Donald,
I do have one thing that you probably. I was the first person I was the first person to fly the Millennium Falcon.
That's
at the
cool.
park.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We've
That
not
was
done
one
a
of the best
first
things
person
ever.
thing. Have you been though at Epcot, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride?
I have not, but the one at Disneyland is phenomenal.
different thing.
Different,
It's not
really.
a Tower of Terror. This is a roller coaster that beats all roller coasters. It's the best, most smoothest, craziest, funnest. Like we'll do it 5 times in a row, and it's the most amazing ride that you'll ever go on. Please, you have to just go next week.
All right.
To the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot.
All right.
Do you
audience.
remember the what was the rock and roll, the Aerosmith?
Yeah, they're changing it to I'm such a geek. They're
It's all good.
changing it.
I love this. I kind of want to pull up some trivia and
is it
see
One
which one of you knows
Direction
more.
or something? I feel like
They're changing it to the One Direction ride.
No,
I feel like they're changing it to something that I was disappointed in. I don't really. It's
the
something
Rock and
for
Roller
not-
Coaster starring Aerosmith Hollywood is being rethemed to the Muppets.
Oh,
I'm all right.
Oh,
with
that's
that.
actually better. That's new.
better.
That's new information that I didn't have. But they're
yeah.
what
You
are
went
they?
from
They're-
One Direction,
One Direction to the
Muppets.
Muppets. That's a big
Okay,
difference.
I guarantee it was something else before. There's been rumors for like years of which band they were going to change it to. Anyway.
You don't
is
like
there-
the Guardians of the Galaxy at Disneyland?
No, I do. It's just that's
love
Tower
it.
of Terror, you know.
And when you go with your whole family, like your dad goes.
Sometimes
It's
Okay,
hard to
my-
picture
my brothers
Vincent
won't-
D'Onofrio. It's hard to
Oh.
picture Vincent D'Onofrio on like Small World.
Oh gosh, that's been our jam. That was what our relationship was. Like not Small World, by the way, but
He loves it as much as you do, obviously.
growing up, before my brothers were born, and before he was Vincent D'Onofrio, we would go, just the two of us, between like when I was 2 and 7. And that would be the time I would see my dad. Like that was our whole relationship. We'd go, we'd wait in line, we'd get the fast pass, I'd be on his shoulders, like we'd spend the whole day. He always tells the story that he queued up for like 4 hours because I had to get Ariel's autograph. And it was it's sometimes we go without my brothers, just as a little like
That's
we
that's
won't
how it's
tell
supposed to
them.
be.
Yeah, we don't tell
I
them
feel
that
like
we're going.
Disneyland is an adult park. It's not. It's kids can come too.
I go just to
but
watch
it's an
Donald be
adult
so
park.
happy. Like I'm not as into it as Donald is, but I go just because it's like, and we've been with Joelle and Daniel too. But I like going just to watch my friend be in his happy place.
Yeah,
Kids ruin it. And you know what else ruins
Kids do
Disneyland?
ruin it. Kids
You know what
do
else
ruin it.
ruins Disneyland?
Yeah.
Alcohol. I used to think, you know what? I'm going to go to Disneyland with a nice little buzz. That shit fucks you up. I got drunk once at Disneyland and was like, it was my daughter's birthday. I'll never
And
forget
lifted
this.
Goofy.
I did not lift Goofy. But I got drunk at Disneyland and we went on the Incredicoaster and my daughter was like, let's do it again. And I was so drunk that we went home a little earlier than we were supposed to see the fireworks. We were
When
gonna
I
stay
go with
for
your
all of that
kids, it's
shit.
not nearly as fun. We can't move. We can't bang out all the rides. They got them. They need their
yeah.
little
No,
treat.
you've got to. I'm not so fun at Disney because I'm always the organizer, making sure that we hit everything, and so I like jump between like mission mode and 5-year-old girl, but it's all about the gummies at Disney.
Well,
Oh,
I
really?
haven't done the
Shroom
gummies.
gummies or weed gummies.
Both.
Oh,
Either
oh
or.
my
Either
Oh
God.
my gosh. Yes.
Layla, now I'm
Layla.
writing this down.
Either
Donald, I
Layla
think
had
or.
shroom gummies would.
I was going to
That
ask
was
if you were the
listen.
Tiana ride. If you're the new, it was formerly Splash Mountain,
have-
now the Tiana ride. Did you like it? Was it
We
good?
have. I was never. Tiana was just after my kind of childhood, I think.
Mhm.
And I'm very glad that they changed that ride because obviously it was
It had to be
racist.
very
It was
racist.
racist.
But
Did you ever see Song of the South, Joelle? Woo.
Yes, Donald. I
Go
saw
on,
that. I
I'm
saw
sorry,
it in
Leila.
film school.
Yeah, I mean,
as
and
well.
when we all became like hip to it every time, and it's a shame because I loved that ride as a kid, and there's those characters like Brer Rabbit and all of that, and you just like get to know them.
Even
and
the
stuff.
song.
Yeah, and then
I
you're
loved the
kind
song
of
growing up.
on it as a grown up, like, I don't feel like right about enjoying this anymore. Yeah, we were on it once and I think it malfunctioned. This was a big family trip where there was 20 of us. We had to have like 2 guides and like split. It was a huge reunion. And we got stuck right where the vultures are at the top, right before you splash down. And the vultures, I feel like, started wigging out a little bit. Like they were saying things that we were like, did they just, like it felt like the guys were having a good time behind the microphones, like talking about stuff that, I feel like it malfunctioned a little bit.
They were like, we're going to lose this ride anyway, so let's just give it one
Let's lean
last
in. Let's
go.
lean in.
It was already a bit like, let's find your happy place, you know? And so then it just
my
got
gosh.
a bit,
I watched this. I went down this wormhole about the Star Wars hotel in Florida in Disney World.
Yeah, that
it was open for like
gone.
2 years and then closed.
It's gone.
Right, but this girl who does funny videos about theme parks, I forgot her name, but she did like an hour and a half, 2-hour video where she went and stayed at the hotel. And then she did a whole hilarious report on her experience staying in the hotel. Joelle, maybe you can find it for me, or the name of it. It was like, if you put in YouTube, maybe like review of Star Wars Hotel by a girl. She's this really funny YouTuber. Anyway, it was just crazy that her, and it failed obviously because it was too expensive, and you know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my contribution.
We spent an evening at Disney because we'll go to the park during the day and then we'll all hang out in a hotel room and just like goof off and you know, cry laughing with each other. And my brother, he is obsessed with Star Wars and he really wanted to go to the hotel, and none of us, like my dad and I, were like, there's no way, like, because you also have to wear the clothes and stuff, and the idea that my dad and I were going to go and like have to dress up as like a Sith Lord or something, like there's no way.
No, you role play. It's like you
you
what do you call
have to.
it? What do you call it? When you LARP, you LARP. You like you walk
But it's
around
not
as
real LARPing, man. You're not getting into blaster battles with stormtroopers
No, you
and stuff
do.
like
No,
that.
but
No,
there
you
are
don't.
things that happen. No, dude, they wake you up. Like we spoke to this guy on the phone for so long. They wake you up in the night and they'll be like, there's trouble in the engine room, and you have to go and like,
and you're on
like,
your own quest.
"No
Everyone's on their
fucking way."
it's like a choose your adventure. I know because I watched this girl's whole video because it was so funny. But like you're on your own choose your adventure ride, and you can like as the characters are walking around, you can talk to them and be like, "Hey, I heard something's going on in the engine room," and they'll give you clues and shit. And like everyone has their own like quest.
Yeah.
I
And
would
the
want
food
to
is
get
weird.
into a war. Yeah, well,
Joelle, did you find it?
I dropped it in the chat. I think that's her.
Oh, she dropped it. I don't see it in the chat. I don't see it in the chat,
Hold
Joelle.
on. I'll put it in the main chat.
I would want to get into a war. I would want a war to start, a Star Wars to start
Wait, I
at the
found
Star Wars hotel. And I would want to be, you know, the hero of the rebellion or the empire,
I just
whichever
want to
side.
shout out this video for people that are curious because I thought I was going to watch 10 minutes of it. Sorry.
2022.
I watched the whole thing, and I'm not even a mega Disney fan like these guys. It's called The Spectacular Failure of the Star Wars Hotel, and it's by Jenny Nicholson, who makes very funny videos, by the way. But I got to tell you, I was wrong. It's 4 hours long.
You watched the whole thing?
I think I skipped a couple things, but it's one of those things. The woman is so good at making a video that you just when you're like, okay, enough, she says something funny, and you just keep watching it. Yeah, it's a 4-hour review of her experience staying at the Disneyland, at the Star Wars hotel. So
Did you
I
guys
highly
ever make
recommend
it?
that.
Did you guys go?
No way.
Oh.
He also wants us to go on a cruise, which isn't going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
this
Donald,
is
I'm surprised you don't go on a cruise. You probably wouldn't be bothered too much, maybe.
You know, ever since that COVID shit happened on the cruise
yeah.
ships and stuff,
Yeah.
I have no desire to.
But you're a
be on
big
a
Star
boat.
Wars fan. I thought you would have done the Star Wars. You didn't go?
I am a huge Star Wars fan, but that shit.
He's
it was
very
expensive,
germophobic, and a cruise ship
and
is.
I have no interest in being. Look, I might be a Star Wars fan, but I don't like people. You know what
He's
I
a bit of an
mean?
agoraphobe.
I don't like hanging out with a bunch
last,
of
last
you know,
topic, and we'll let you go. But I want to talk. Are you a Knicks fan?
Yeah. Big Knicks fan.
Yeah. I saw on your Instagram that you were enjoying some MSG, and I thought you and Donald might bond over that as well because that's his team.
We did not make one trade. Well, we did trade. We traded we traded somebody who didn't play at all this trade deadline. I did not know you were a Knicks fan.
Well, look, I don't know about. I'm not like in with the trades and stuff. My boyfriend always makes fun of me because he's like, okay, so name 5 players. And I'm like, I can do it.
You can totally do that. Just go
But I
Jalen
love
Brunson,
going.
Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Cat Townsend,
I've been going to MSG too a bunch.
Deuce
and
McBride.
All right, Donald. I don't know anything either, but I have so much fun there, both
I
at
love
Rangers
it.
and the Knicks. Yeah.
I love it so much. I love it so much. I would go if I ever knew that I had tickets, I would just go. And there's something I love about just watching American sports. It's different from where I grew up. It's just the way that everyone gets into it. And when you're that close, when you're lucky enough to be that close, which just feels like I can't quite believe it's the biggest get I think I've ever made in my life is
Getting the VIP hookup at MSG.
is being really good friends with the VIP guy at MSG.
That's a good look.
Shout out Trey.
Big
It's-
ups, Trey. When I'm in New York,
Yeah.
I'm hollering at
I
you.
got to hook up too. I don't know if it's Trey, it's somebody else, but that's how I've been going too. They
Oh my
sit on the
gosh.
floor?
And we've become really good friends. I love him. We go out to dinner and stuff and he's great. He's so fun. But yeah, it's a different experience. It's and you feel like you're among giants, you know? It feels like it's a full-on show.
No, it is. It is a full-on show, and the Knicks are good this year, and so it's worth it.
Well, Leila, thank you for coming on. Everybody who's listening to this, check out Disclaimer. I'm sure it was a huge success, but however big a success it was, I think it was underrated. It was one of my favorite shows last year, and you're a really, really good actress. And we can't wait to see
cool.
what happens to your career from now. We will be seated.
Thank you so much. Just honestly, and I've been listening to your podcast. I feel like we have the same relationship algorithm because I've been saving like Jillian. Is it Jillian Turecki? Is that how you say her name?
Oh, she's
Yeah.
awesome.
And-
Yeah, man.
And Matthew Hussey honestly has gotten me through so many. I've just had him on like repeat. And whenever I have a friend that's going through a breakup, I send them that like
I do
10
too.
10 to
When
15
I have
minute
friends going,
for anyone going through a breakup thing.
when I have
Yeah.
friends going through relationship shit, I send them Jillian Turecki and Matthew Hussey videos and quotes. So
Yeah.
we're the same
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. I'm a bit nervous now that on Instagram it shows people what you've liked because now I'm like, I feel like all my friends are liking all these funny videos and stuff. And then they're just going to be scrolling and see that I've just liked all of these if he's not bloody blah, then. But
Okay,
If
I need
he-
to. wait a second. Wait a
What?
second. When did Instagram start doing this?
yes, please, can I just say.
Donald's having an out of body experience. You can't just
Like
like
2 weeks
OnlyFans
ago.
girls, Donald.
Like 3 weeks ago or something, you can
Oh
just
my
see
God.
everything. Yes,
I
I
can
gotta
search
delete
your likes, bro.
Instagram. I
my
need
gosh.
to. I need to delete Instagram.
Donald,
Can
your wife's not going to like it when she sees that you only like OnlyFans girls, Donald.
I don't just like OnlyFans girls, asshole. Well done. Well,
She's really talented.
done.
She's gorgeous. She's such a good actress. I guarantee you, like, she's going to be a very big star.
Well, it's pedigree. She comes
That's what I
with
always
it.
say about the Nepo baby conversation. I mean, granted, some people don't have it, but I gotta say, like, if your father's the level of actor of Vincent D'Onofrio, like, there's chromosomes in you. They're probably
Mm-hmm.
gonna be. You're gonna have a good shot.
It's interesting because she doesn't go at all by her father's name or like you, and she sort of enjoys the surprise. I wonder. We should have asked her thoughts on Nepo babies because like Charlotte has such a beautiful
go there with
answer.
Nepo baby thing.
Yeah.
She did sort of say like, I love it that people don't know, but I just feel like
that was enough for me when she said that. Now,
we
like,
talked about
maybe
this with
that's
Charlotte
not-
Lawrence. Like, it's like I feel like it's not going to happen every time, obviously, but I think if your parents happen to be talented actors, there's something likely to happen.
I see it.
Can I 5, 6, 7, 8?
Oh my
You
God!
just did. You just did.
Well, you know what?
To the beat.
She can do her for her departure. We can do an early 5, 6.
No,
7,
we'll
8.
just use that for the end of the
you
show.
know what we'll do? We'll do. Yes, you do it, and then we'll use it at the very end. Okay.
Okay, so not the one I just did. I'm gonna go
That works.
ready,
No,
go.
That works.
no.
Matter of fact,
okay.
matter of
No.
fact, Daniel should
No.
play it when you said that just now. Daniel played it.
No.
Play it.
That's not gonna
Yeah.
work. That's not
Do
gonna
the
work.
bill.
I want her to do a good one for the outro of the whole show, Donald. All right, go now, Layla.
Oh gosh, now it's pressure. That was so
You're an
natural. I
actress.
was like, all
Action.
right, guys, can I do it? Are you ready? Can we go? 5, 6, 7,
Here's
8.
some stories about a show we